What's going on, guys? It's Jeff. Super Bowl happened yesterday. I mean, I wouldn't call it a blowout, but it was pretty one-sided. The Buccaneers ended up smashing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl or whatever. I mean, there's a lot of angry people out there, like the typical stuff. People throwing around conspiracy theories, saying money is being exchanged, and people getting torn to shreds for the way that they play or whatever it may be. Millions of excuses and all sorts of other shit, too, for either side during whatever play. I mean, whatever. Before the game started yesterday, I was just saying stuff like, oh, it'd be cool to watch Tom Brady get another ring. I mean, fuck it, why not? Mahomes has like a ton of time, you know, ahead of him. Why not? Whatever. So one thing that I noticed that happened here with this update that ended up coming out, I think actually like last week at some point something updated on here, but another update came out today adding league play into the game. And for whatever reason, this is a really weird thing, but over my classes that I have here, whenever I scroll through them, my secondary stays as the sword and doesn't change until I kind of pan over. It just stays a sword, but it's supposed to be a street sweeper secondary. It's supposed to be a magnum, but it's not. It's supposed to be an M82, but it's not. But when you go and click on it and scroll down, then it fixes itself. Now it's gonna stay as the M82 when I scroll over top of it. It's no longer the sword. I don't know, there's just some weird stuff that's going on with that. So like I was saying, league play, ladder placement. So you gotta play 5 games in order to get placed on the ladder and get a division, I guess. And it's displayed over here. League ladder, okay, league play ranks. So bronze all the way up to, wait, you can be like bronze 30? Wait, I'm confused. Is there like 30 ranks per? Battle for placement on the league play ladder and earn rank rewards. Play with competitive settings in the modes and maps in Call of Duty League rotation. So I think that this is the strictly CDL rotation without the GAs. GAs, the gentlemen's agreements, where basically the pro players will find something that is ridiculously strong, and they all decide as a group to not use it against each other, although it is not listed in the rules. So most people just don't use it. I think they actually have snipers GA'd, which is hilarious to me, but I mean, I guess I understand, you know, getting absolutely dominated from a distance with players that won't miss. And I imagine it's incredibly strong in something like Search and Destroy, and probably very underutilized in the other modes. Search and Destroy is probably where they would rather it just be completely GA'd in the mode in particular. Earn gems per event to advance your rank. Place top 10, top 5, or first place. Permanently change your rank icon to silver, silver gold, or gold. Place first 6 times and you will permanently advance your rank to diamond. 5 gems max per event. And then we got divisions. Okay, I'm super confused. So you can have like higher ranking in expert, but you would still be considered worse because you're not considered elite? I don't really understand. I mean, obviously if I play it, it'll make a lot more sense or whatever, but I imagine it to work a little bit more like a point system. I guess this works somehow. League play utilizes skill rating to place players into 5 skill divisions. Your skill division placement is relative to all other players in league play. May increase or decrease as your skill rating or the active player population changes. So if you go inactive, I assume you drop. It's not so different from the other ones, but that sounds terrible, number one, as a solo experience. I'm not gonna play that mode just because I don't have a squad that I would roll with if I actually seriously wanted to try to climb that whole thing. It's honestly wishful thinking, to be honest, but the idea here is that if they add a league play, which is considered the competitive ranked mode, skill-based matchmaking in the public matches, or what would be considered the casual matches in comparison, it should have that skill-based matchmaking in the casual matches be a lot less strict. Because now you have a game mode that actually has a strict matchmaking system. But let's think about this in actual practice and thinking about how Activision would want to do this. They're just going to leave public matches the exact same way because they know that causes retention for incredibly bad players that will never touch CDL anyway. Sure, like myself. It's a shame that from the start we didn't have a choice on how we wanted to deal with the matchmaking. And now that we, quote, have a choice, the matchmaking still stays virtually the same. Your choices don't change. It's like, hey, pick your poison. You take it, it's literally the same poison. You don't really have a choice. Now, obviously, you can sit here and roll this stuff real deep, end up getting the master tier or whatever it is, and just end up just popping off on people. 100%, yeah. You can seriously work people in this mode with full squads, I'm sure. It's probably incredibly competitive. That's the purpose of it. We've been so used to it at this point in the SBMM that it's just... I'd be completely fine with the whole ranking and all that stuff if it was just basically forced from the beginning with this whole system instead of, like, weirdly trying to hide it. I know it basically sounds like, oh, dude, you've been asking for a rank this whole time. They finally give it to you and you're saying it's not enough. It's the way that it was done. It's like promising somebody a life-changing amount of money or whatever, but you don't give it to them until they're basically on their deathbed. Sound familiar? Oh, and they also added these CDL skins, finally. A lot of people are saying that they like the Modern Warfare versions a bit more. I kind of like this one. I really like this CDL skin as far as the operator himself goes. I really like the whole, like, ski mask look. Crollo is one of the coolest anime designs in all of anime. I mean, the dude has a cross on his forehead. And I mean, he's strong, but like, I don't know, it's his demeanor. I also saw a lot of people who was, I think it was David Vonderhaar who ended up putting out a tweet that was joking, but a ton of people took it so seriously, like so personally. He basically said like, quick scopers are terrible people or some shit like that. It was clearly a joke. Like the way I read it, I laughed. It was funny. But people took it so seriously. They're like adding me and shit, and they're like, dude, yeah, tear him apart, go at him. It's just like, dude, I'm not going at Bondi. I went at him a long time ago. I regret a lot of the shit I said. Dudes were sitting here sliding and sweating with their explosives and shit. Came right back immediately to get... Yeah, I wouldn't say. I mean, after playing that game, that was a little bit close to assume that somehow the skill-based matchmaking system is just not the same anymore. I mean, that was the hope. The hope is that the skill base would be reduced in this since we have a proper mode that is properly representing where we all stand instead of it being hidden from us like we're dumb. Reality starts setting in, and I don't think it's gonna change. I really don't. It'd be nice if it did work that way, but I just don't think so. That's weird. Now, all of a sudden, this stuff is actually loading properly again. I haven't checked Warzone to see if any of my stuff still works or not. It likely doesn't. Every time I log on to Warzone, I get disappointed that everything's just locked the way it is, so. Also, for any of the people that are tweeting at Activision, chill with, like, you know, all the talking shit and everything. Like, listen, just some people like, hey, Activision, have you seen this video? And again, like I was saying, I've been in contact with like multiple people from there. I'm sure they're working on it. It's just, I wish this was never an issue for me. I'm not entirely sure what I did wrong to deserve it. I don't know if it like had anything to do with like any of the weird bugged weapons from before or whatever, but I can't play the game properly, you know? Did this guy follow me? This is the same lobby. I left, there was a completely different lobby. Did these guys follow me? You guys gonna stay in this lobby or what? Like, stop following me around. Unless there's no free-for-all lobbies, in which case, I mean, I'm not surprised if there isn't. Yeah, there's not really much more context or whatever. I mean, they got the league play stuff in there. I mean, if you're looking for a competitive thing and to definitely, you know, talk trash about your ranking and all that stuff, apparently there's some little issues here and there, like, you can't use the titles and emblems or something in the regular modes to show it off to people. Like, it would be really nice if I could unlock a calling card or an emblem or even my rank in league play and then somehow be able to display that next to my name in public matches, in casual. I would like to be able to see that as well. I mean, even on other games, you would be able to join a casual match and see if somebody is like global or diamond or whatever it may be, whatever game you're playing. You would still be able to see even if they're within the casual match. I would like to be able to see their league play rank underneath of this little card right here, or even somehow next to my name. I don't know. So they added league play to the game. It's great. But we've already been playing it for 3 months.